Okay, for some reason it's, oh, here it goes. There we go. That's better. Okay, both cameras are showing up now. That was a little bit weird. It took longer than expected. Please excuse my appearance today. I have been moving things in my scrap room. If you notice, there's some stuff behind me missing. We are getting very, very close to actual move day of changing studios. So I have been spending the day cleaning and moving what I can by myself. We still are not able to move the paper racks yet because my husband needs to build that part of it. But we're getting there. We're getting there. But I wanted to relax a little bit. And it's been a little while since I have diamond painted. So I thought, okay, I can do that without making a big mess. And I can easily tuck the diamond painting away when we start moving so it will not get damaged. The particular camera that I'm using today will not zoom. So unfortunately I cannot zoom into what I'm working on. And I have to kind of hide part of the image because I don't know if it's a copyright image or not. I tried looking, I can't tell or not. So I'm hiding part of the image so that hopefully I don't get a copyright strike. And as I get further into this image, I probably will not be able to share it because I'm just not sure. But I thought I need to relax for just a little bit. Diamond painting will work and we can chat while I play. So excuse the appearance. I have been working and cleaning all day and I just want to relax for a few minutes. So the hair is back in a little kerchief looking thing so it'll stay out of my face. I think the kittens are finally doing nap time. There's a dumpling over in his spot. I don't know where Biscuit is at the moment, but let's get started. So you guys are going to get up close and personal with my head. So, and I don't know what time Adeline gets home. It should be, oh, here's my, yep, it's plugged in. It's almost 3 here, so it should almost be 4 there. She might be able to join me or see this later on. So I don't know if she's available to watch. I will try and keep track of the stream and see if she's in. So if you didn't know, if you're coming and you're used to my scrapbooking videos, I also diamond paint. It's another hobby that I went down the rabbit hole with. And I try to do both together. I don't always succeed with doing both hobbies. Sometimes I get on a diamond painting kick, sometimes I get on a scrapbooking kit. I try to give them equal love. This particular painting is going to be a gift for my daughter because she lives in a teeny tiny little apartment and you don't always get room to put a Christmas tree up. So I am doing a Christmas image so that maybe she can frame it, hang it on the wall, and have a tiny bit of Christmas that way. And then she can also roll it up. I think I have a tube. I saved a tube that might be big enough to roll this up in for storage so that it doesn't take up a lot of room. So I'm going to try and get this done before December. I should have started it beforehand. And this canvas is really, really weird. I don't know if you noticed, but the actual image, I don't know if you can tell, the actual image is supposed to be a vertical image, but the grid is horizontal. That's not how this is supposed to work, but that's how this canvas is. And the symbols are super hard to read. There are 2 or 3 symbols that, it could be a 5, it could be an S, don't know. I'm just kind of guesstimating. And to make matters worse is the colors on the grid do not match the colors on the drills. So there's no help there to try and figure out who goes where. So we are just gonna pray for the best that we get these drills where they actually belong. So it was an exciting morning. I scooted over the black bookshelf into the new studio space, which the black bookshelf by itself is not very heavy. when you add 2 cats that want to ride along with you, then it gets a little heavy. So it took me a little bit longer to get that moved over. Next we're going to do the let's do that one. There it is. I'm still getting used to which letters, symbols are in which bins. So it may take me a little while to find my drills that go with whatever I'm working on. You do eventually get used to where you keep them in your storage container, and whether it's a small container or a large container as far as these things. But I have not figured that out yet. And it doesn't help that I just switched out some ones that I had in larger ones because I thought the drills wouldn't fit in the smaller ones, and they actually do. So I just switched out some to make more room. Because it's got 45 colors, and quite a few of my colors were hanging out of this thing, and I don't like that. So right now I have these guys. It was farther out this way, so I took some of these big ones, stuck them in the little ones. It works out fine. I do have a number of container options for my drills. I like size options. And the only letter, DMC number that is going to have to be a refill is this one, 939. There is a lot of 939, so I have the rest of these in my little A5 pouch. Let's make sure I've got all of these. Oh, I missed a D. I'll go back and get it later. Okay. So far, and one of the reasons why I took a break from diamond painting for so long this time was I was waiting for Dumpling to get a little bit older, that I could actually do this, have him on the table, and have him not try and eat there we go. Not try and eat the actual drills, because I had a hard enough time with Biscuit getting them stuck in his footies that I didn't want to try and keep Dumpling from getting them in his tummy. Now this is a Huracan canvas, which is why I'm slightly surprised with the quality, because I've had good luck with Huracan. And I did check it and do an inventory and stuff, but I guess it just didn't dawn on me that, uh-oh, this is backwards. And now it's too far. I ordered it too long ago to try and get it replaced. And with COVID going on, I don't know how long it would take to actually get a replacement. So I am just going to be very careful with placement. And take my time. So therefore it may take a little bit longer for me to finish this canvas. And that's fine. It's still fun. It's still the process of getting this done and working on it. I just may have to go a wee bit slower. It is a square. I was just sitting there thinking that if it was a round, between being backwards, wrong canvas, weird symbols, and then not being able to read the symbols, if it had been all that and around, I may have just went, never mind, I'm not doing this one. I prefer square. I will do round if I cannot get the image in square, but I prefer square. To me, they just end up looking better in the long run. So I did take this off the easel before I started filming and rolled it because I was having trouble with some popping, but it appears that did the trick for me. And I'm using washi tape on the edges just because there was a wide band of extra adhesive and I kept getting stuck in it. So I'm just using some washi tape to help me with that. Let's do this one. And believe it or not, this entire row I did yesterday. We moved the entire operation downstairs. I set up on the dining room table and just played all day long while I did my laundry and my chores and stuff like that. So I always say laundry day is the best day to work on your diamond painting because it forces you to take breaks. Anytime you have to stop and change loads, put stuff in the washer, put stuff in the dryer, stop and fold clothes, hang clothes, the works, you know how to do laundry. It forces you to stop and take wiggle breaks, and those wiggle breaks keep you from getting the neck ache, the shoulder ache, everything hurt because you've actually gotten up and wiggled during the process. So I am a big proponent of diamond painting on laundry days. Doo-doo-doo. Just checking. Now when you're working with squares, a lot of people don't like squares because sometimes they rotate, sometimes they go on crooked. But as you're filling in the grid, and I only work in small grids at one time, as you're filling in the grids, they will straighten each other out. It is very rare that I have one. Hello, Miss Donna, how are you? I just know the way my computer is angled today, it's a little harder to see, but I will definitely stop and check for comments. But as I was saying, the more you work with your grid, the squares will straighten up. It is very rare that I've had to pop one out and straighten it. I did have one yesterday and it kind of freaked me out. I was trying to, just make sure my lines were straight, and I popped off a drill and it went flying over my head. And I was like, oh, that's gone. Sorry. Not gonna try and find that one. So I'm really hoping that this painting does have the extra 20% of extra drills. If not, I may be breaking into my drill bank to see if I have certain colors, if I run short. So, Donna, if you missed the first part of the live stream, I'm going to apologize for my haggard appearance. I was moving into the new studio a little bit this morning, doing the things that I can do by myself, and generally, cleaning, dusting, that type of thing, and decided I just needed to relax. So I threw my hair up in a little kerchief type thing, and I am diamond painting as is. So pardon the weird appearance. I don't normally do a live with my hair in this state. So, but the good thing about this is my bangs are out of my way, so I'm not trying to see my canvas with my bangs in my face. So there's a good and a bad to everything. And the reason it is so far away, the reason I can't zoom in is I'm using the actual webcam today, and I don't think my webcam can zoom in. I will have to ask my husband that question. So I think you are now fully caught up. I see a B and a D that I missed. I'll have to go back and get those. The funny thing is they are side by side. So if you're wondering about my setup for diamond painting, not scrapbooking, I have a tabletop easel that I picked up from Hobby Lobby for, I think I got it for like $25 or something crazy like that. I have a very large light pad underneath it, and this is a cutlery tray, just regular cutlery tray that you put silverware in, with just several different sizes of drill containers. And I find that this works better for me. Where's A? So, the best thing I can tell you as far as your own setup is find something that is comfortable for you. It doesn't have to be the fanciest equipment around. You just need to be as comfortable as possible. If you find comfort diamond painting in your recliner, by all means. I really wish I could do that, but I need a more straight up canvas in order to work. I've tried to work with it flat on the table and I can't see what I'm doing. So I need to be able to look straight onto it. There we go. And after taking such a break from diamond painting, I will tell you, yesterday was a little rough. Getting everything straight, getting everything where it needed to be. Getting my comfort level back. Because I did take such a break because of the kitten. That it felt good yesterday afternoon when I finally felt like I had everything flowing again as far as it felt right. What else are we doing? Let's do... Let's do arrows. Now I will pour out the least amount that I think that I need and still get a good shake. You can actually pour too little and not get a good base to shake upon, if that makes sense. But I try to pour the least amount possible, A, because I have cats, and B, I tend to get jerky, and sometimes I will send drills flying, and if my tray is not very full, I don't lose very many drills. I don't really know a better way of explaining that. I guess the best way to explain it is like if you haven't eaten and you kind of feel that shakiness, it's a little bit like that. And I never know when it's going to happen, so I try to leave my tray as empty as possible, because like this color here, there's no way I'd find that in my carpet, so it would just be gone. Now, if you haven't worked with squares before, the best advice I can give you is just slow and steady, and make sure the square that you're working on is in a comfortable position. So if that means you have to take your canvas down and apply it in a spot that's more comfortable for you, do that. It would be very difficult for me to try and work right here, and it would be very difficult for me to work up here. My comfort level for me is right here. So I will actually move my canvas around to keep my focus right here. And for me, in this particular easel, I found that push pins hold my canvas the best. I just make sure to put them in the margins so they're not near the painting. The margins are going to get cut off before you do any type of framing. So it just works very well for me, and I make sure that it's stretched fairly tight. Not so much that when you undo it the drills are going to pop off, but just enough to where you don't get any wrinkles while you're working. And if you notice, I have the original container right next to me, and if I start to have a brain fart and can't remember what symbol I'm working on, I can just look at it really quickly. And because my eye was naturally going to the check marks, I'm going to do that one next. And that's why I kept having to check my jar, because is it an arrow? Is it a check mark? My brain wasn't sure. And if you are wondering which symbol to do next, look at your square and your eyes will tell you. Whichever one jumps out at you the most, your eyes will tell you what they want to do next. And trust me, if you fight it, your eye's going to cover the one that it wants to cover regardless of what color drill you have. So, like for me, the next one that it wants to do is L, so I'm going to put L. If I tried to go in and do H, I would probably take H's color and put on L. So my eyes told me that's going to be the one next to, so I'm going to follow directions. I have tried to do the checkerboard pattern, and my brain just won't keep that. So I just focus on one letter and just keep working until that one letter is all filled in. It just works better for me to work with smaller squares and just one color at a time within that square. And you know, diamond painting is a lot like scrapbooking. There is no wrong way of doing it. That's one reason why I love both hobbies. With scrapbooking, as long as you are using archival materials, if that is important to you, then the rest of it is just totally up to you. With diamond painting, it's totally up to you. You can diamond paint however you want to do it. If you see something and you don't like the color scheme, you have the freedom to change it as long as you can remember your grid that you're making up. I'm not that talented. Just making sure that I've got all the L's covered. So self is telling me that H is next. Pardon me for one moment, guys. Oh, I bet I moved it. Okay, it's in the other room. I'll get it later. I was looking for my zipper wax, but I think I already moved it into the other room. This lid is a little bit cranky, and I was just going to put some zipper wax around it. But that's okay. It can wait. Okay. Now, how do you know where to start first on a canvas? That's totally up to you. Sometimes I will do my canvases this way. Sometimes I do it this way. Sometimes I start in the bottom. I just kind of look at the canvas and go, how does this one want to play? And it will normally always tell me the best way to play. So sorry. I know people that prefer to start in the middle and work their way out. That would work too. I just have never done it that way. Honestly, I've never even thought to do it that way, but I've watched other WIP and chats and they do it, and I'm like, oh, I like that. Because by the time you get to the edges, which to me the edges are the fun part, it's kind of like the brownies. You know, you always like the edges, the brownies with the edges first. By the time you get to the edges, you know you're almost done. So I pretty much just let the canvas talk to me while I'm playing, and it tells me what it wants done. It's just kind of weird that way. Oh, there's some H's there too. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and do some more H's, some D's, some B's. It'll be okay. We're just enjoying ourselves. It's no big deal. So I'm going to get 2 drills out for the H's. Hear that squeaking? It needs some zipper wax. Ooh, that was fast. Okay, so now I want 1D. B. Got a lot of 1's here, so we're going to just do this for a bit. This bottom section is what we call confetti, really bad. I have 1 T, a lowercase t. I have uppercase and lowercase with this canvas, so I have to be very careful. And I keep shooting drills everywhere. Okay, we have One, I call it the sailor thingamajiggy. I don't know what this symbol's called. Looks like an anchor. Come on. There we go. Okay, I have one question mark. Oh, I got two out. No, we'll just do this real fast and then put the other one back. One question mark. One greater than, less than, I don't know what this then is called, but one of these. Come on, flip. There you go. And then I have 1 9, 1 N, and 1 star, 1 E, and the rest are multiples. And this is what we mean by confetti. There is no block of color. I missed the star. That's not a confetti, I missed it. I dropped it. I'll find that one when I stand up. Probably. It's not in my shirt. Okay, I've got 1 capital E. Because I have capital E, lowercase e. Hello, Miss Victoria. Welcome. Do you have a WIP you're working on? Do either of you girls have a WIP that you're working on during this? Okay, I think that's, okay, yeah, I think that's it on the singles, so we can get back to doing a few more. I'm going to finish the square, and then I'm going to, it'll be a little bit confusing on your side for a minute, but I'm going to lower my easel, scoot my painting up, and then we'll get back to painting. Because this is about as low as I like to work. I don't like my canvas too high, and I don't like it too low. This is about my little happy space. Oh, I forgot to, okay, this could get a bit awkward because not only do I have a kerchief on my head, I have pajama bottoms. So, I am super comfy at the moment. So when I stand up, I just pardon me. I wasn't thinking this through when I decided I wanted to do a live for diamond painting. We're friends, right? Where's the capital R? There we go. So if you're just joining me, if you're confused because you joined me on my scrapbooking videos, I am a scrapbooker and a diamond painter. I'm looking for a letter, so sorry. I tried to show both of my hobbies the same love. I haven't diamond painted in a few months though because of Dumpling, the kitten. These drills are teeny weeny tiny and I didn't want him to get them stuck in his toes, ingest them, anything like that. So I kind of held off on diamond painting to let him get a little bigger. What am I working with? Y, okay. So if you're just joining the channel or you're just joining the stream and you're like, wait a minute, I thought she was a scrapbooker. I'm both. I really just work on whatever makes me happy that day. Okay, so the last two in this square are going to be J, and then I'm going to take everything down and rearrange it, and then we can start working again. So J. Depending on where I have to stand, I may have to move my webcam temporarily so I don't bump it. Okay, so let me roll it real fast. Make sure everything is adhered. Okay, so bear with me for one moment. I'm going to just move my canvas. And I think I am going to move the camera real fast. Just so I don't hit it. Oopsie, forgot about my computer. There we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do, let me move this back over. There, you can see a little bit now. What I'm going to do is just take my pins off. My light is still on. And I'm going to just move this up to my happy place. Now, I don't have a way of covering the bottom of my light, but luckily this particular light pad does not shine as glaringly as others, so it will not cause me to get a light headache. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm going to move this camera real fast just so I can get over here without bumping it. And I'm making sure that I'm putting the pins in the margin. Okay, so now if I was to just pull this, I would end up with all of this off. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it, lay it back down, and just very gently trim it. I'm only cutting through the paper. I am not cutting through the adhesive. It's so light that didn't cut. Yep, that's so light it didn't even cut. There we go. And then because this square is still too big, because I can put my hand in it, I'm going to just do it this way. So I'll work on that square, and then when this is done, I'll take this off and work on the other one. And that's how I keep my hand out of the adhesive as much as possible. So it's telling me that the first one I'm going to work on is the equal sign. Now I would normally, on my other paintings, I normally will just cut the grids before I put it up on the easel, but I didn't want the kittens to catch the edges and then pull off one of my squares and expose my canvas to air before I wanted it exposed. So I decided this time to leave the strips. I'm actually touching the canvas more than I want to, so we're going to move this up. So I'm going to leave the strips in their original format and just cut what I need for right now. But normally part of my canvas prep would be to cut the grid before I ever start working on it. And it's the same concept. You just take a ruler and a very sharp straight edge and not a lot of pressure. The more pressure, you're going to cut through the canvas, and I don't want to cut through the canvas or the adhesive. I just want to cut through the backing paper. Now if you have a river or a bubble, by all means, cut into that canvas. Or not the canvas, cut into the adhesive. But if you're not having those kind of issues, don't worry with it. I just realized that more of the canvas is in camera than I want, so I'm trying not to get a copyright strike because I can't tell if this is a copyright image or not. I've tried searching, I can't tell. So rather than accidentally get a copyright strike, I'm trying to keep the main part of the image unknown. Does that make sense? I am all for giving artists credit when I can figure out who the artist is. This is one of the paintings that I bought before I realized that they were not paying artists, or I'm assuming Huacan doesn't pay artists. I'm not for certain if they do or not. I know that Diamond Art Club pays their artists, so I have started purchasing more and more from them. But my other favorite place to order from is also Evermoment. And again, I don't know because they're coming from China. I don't know if they pay their artists or not either. So the only ones that I am fully comfortable showing on camera is Diamond Art Club because I can list the artist. If I can do a reverse image search with the other companies and find the artist, I will be happy to. But it is extremely difficult to find the artist's name sometimes. So just know that before I show a canvas, I always try and find the artist. Because my daughter's an artist, they deserve to get paid. Or at least credit for their work, bare minimum. In fact, next time I see my daughter, I need to have her double check that I'm even searching for the artist correctly. Next is 5. Let's do 5 first, because that is one of the ones that I have a horrible time seeing. And I tend to like to do the ones that I don't like first. Get it done, get it over with, and then you can do the ones you like. Kind of like doing your homework. If you don't like doing homework, just get it done, get it over with, and then you can have your snack and go outside and play. Adults have homework too. And if some of you don't know who I'm talking about, my niece likes to watch these videos. She is a budding little diamond painter. So, if you hear me say something off the wall like that, it's to her. Is that all of them? I think it is. Now, I think that's it for 5. I'm going to do S next because 5s and S's look the same, but I think I have figured it out. The S's are slightly blue, and sometimes the 5s are taupe, sometimes they're white. But the S's are slightly blue, and I see 2 of them. And then after that, I'm going to do F because that's my other nemesis. So I know there's one right there. And right there. Are there any others? Do not believe so. So I'm going to move on to F. You just walked. I watched you walk. Okay, so next I'm going to do F. I know ultimately this is going to look nice, but these, when it's like one shade off and they're right next to each other, is a bit confusing. One thing that I like about diamond painting that kind of coordinates with scrapbooking is their use of DMC colors. Or better yet, my use of DMC colors. If you've noticed in my scrapbooking videos, I love to stitch on paper. And I have been able to match up the... Okay, so I see it fall in my lap. Where does it go after that? And it's the ones that match my carpet. Okay, see, it can't be bright blue or bright red so you can find it. It's always got to be the ones that match your carpet. So anyway, what I've done with my scrapbooking paper is I match it up with the DMC embroidery threads in the hobby shops. And it just kind of makes me giggle when one of my favorite cardstock colors shows up in a drill. It makes me smile every time. Where is it? I know I saw some more. Where are they at? There it is. So it just kind of reinforces in my brain the numbers, if that makes any sense. Which numbers match what colors. I think this is it on the F's. I think I need to do R's next. Oh, there's an F. Okay. So yep, R is next. What you doing, Dumpling? You looking out the window, Bubba? You hear the airplane? Oh, it's kitten nap time. Okay, go back to sleep. So I said R is next. Ooh, I just had an idea. Isn't it funny how your brain keeps working while you're trying to relax? With this moving around of my scrap studio, I have containers that I'm repurposing. So things that worked well in the scrap room, I now have new storage options, so I'm able to repurpose them for other options. I have a 3-drawer unit, just a little one, that I think I might repurpose for the smaller diamond painting supplies, like my zipper wax and my tacky tape and that type of thing, that I can just have sitting on the desk next to me when I'm working instead of all over the place. So I may work on that. Because right now I just have all of my diamond painting supplies in an iris container, like one of those 12 by 12 scrapbooking iris containers. And it works well because it slides under one of my shelving units. But I think I can do better. Okay, that's it on the R. Oh, no it's not. I see 2 more. See, this is where just going slow because these symbols are not very clear. So I've done all the ones that aren't clear. I'm down to the ones that are, so now I can just rock and roll. I've done the ones that drive me crazy. This isn't my tray that's got a magnet on it. I'm wondering where that tray is. Wondering where I put it. I don't know if you can tell because I have to be so far back with my webcam. I don't know if there's a way you can zoom in with a webcam. But I don't know if you can tell how comfortable placement is by making sure that your canvas is in your personal sweet spot, so to say. Placement is so much easier and you get straighter and more confident placements. When the canvas is in a comfortable position for you. If that means that you have to stop and just rearrange the canvas a lot of times, then by all means, it's not worth the headache, literal headache, when it's not in a good placement for yourself. It's not worth the neck ache, the shoulder pain, when your canvas is not in a good position for you. This hobby's not enjoyable if it causes you to hurt. I think that's it on the ends. Yep. Nope, one more. I see it. Okay. I think my next one's going to be T. I have a lowercase t. I do on this painting have uppercase and lowercase on some letters, so I need to be very careful. There's the uppercase. Where's the lowercase? It's in the wrong spot. I have my tray set up. Numbers, letters. This is also letters, and then symbols. I stuck my T in the wrong column. Pardon me while I load my pen back up. Hey, why are you sticking to my pen? Are there any more? Doesn't appear. Okay. Well, let's put this one back where it goes. Okay, so the next one I'm going to do is 9 because it is the most dominant and it's yelling at me. So we're going to get this one done really quickly. Really? Nope, not in my seat. Where did they go? They're like little fleas sometimes. They just go hopping everywhere. See, this is why you keep a drill bank of your DMC colors, because you can't guarantee they're going to give you the 20% overage. And these little suckers like to fly everywhere. So if you keep a drill bank of the ones that are DMC colors, you always have, hopefully, some spares in case you run out. I have a drill bank of round and square. Not as big as some people because I just started keeping it. Oh, it's October. I have been scrapbooking a year. I've been diamond painting for a year. So not as long as other people. And I just haven't completed as many paintings as other people have. I prefer the larger canvases, so it takes me a little while to complete a canvas. The next one that I need to do after I finish this one is probably my world map from Diamond Art Club, because hopefully by then my scrap room will be finished and all of the other rooms that are waiting to be shifted until I get the scrap room finished. Hopefully I will be able to get those shifted around. And then that particular painting will be going in my library. Now when you hear me talk about a library and a music room, in Texas the houses are built in such a way that you normally have a formal living space and a formal dining space. Now, we're not formal people, but we love to read, and my husband loves music. So we converted the formal dining and the formal living into the library and the music room. And the library consists of bookshelves and 2 recliners. And the music room consists of a almost 30-year-old couch and a piano and all kinds of musical equipment that he enjoys. He is currently teaching himself how to play guitar. So there's, so when I refer to the library and the music room, that's, just 2 rooms that are supposed to be something else in our house. But the world map, I want to go in the library. I have a spot picked out for it already. So that probably needs to be the next canvas that I work on. So the next number that is popping out at me is 3. And after this being such a dark canvas, although it doesn't seem like it at the moment, when you get farther into the image it gets darker. The world map is a very light canvas, and that will be something fun to work on. Because I try to alternate my canvases light, dark, light, dark. So you don't just get sick of one color and never want to play with it again. So that would be a good contrast. Now, if you're tuning in and you have no idea what diamond painting is, let me enlighten you. Diamond painting is it's an image printed on a canvas with either poured or double-sided tape over the image to make it sticky. And then you expose one section at a time, and you place these tiny little drills one at a time. Now there are some tools that you can do it. There's multiplacers, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. I don't use multiplacers. I don't really care for them. To me, part of the enjoyment is placing each and every one by hand, individually, by myself. That's just something I like to do. But I found out about this a little over a year ago. I went to a scrapbooking event, a one-day crop, and there was a lady kind of sitting by herself, kind of over in a corner, had her canvas out flat, and it was super sparkly, and I was like, what the heck is she over there doing? Is she, think of it as cross stitch. It's cross stitch with little acrylic diamonds, let's just say. And that's what I thought she was doing. I thought she was just over there cross-stitching. And it is not uncommon to find multi-habits and multi-hobbies at a craft event, let's say. So I wasn't very surprised if, I've had sewers, I've had quilters, diamond painters, well not diamond painters, scrapbookers, paintists. I mean, I've had everything in my cross. So I went over there to her during one of my little breaks that you have to get up and wiggle, and I went over and she's placing one at a time, and I was like, holy crap, what are you doing? So she told me what she was doing. I'm not gonna lie, I thought she'd lost her mind. I thought she had just teetotally went around the bend and was a few crackers short of a box. And, alright, you do your thing. I'm going to come over here and scrapbook and tear up a bunch of paper and put it down on another piece of paper and then take my photos and put theirs on top of that, as if it's not as crazy as diamond painting. You know. So really I had no right to be thinking what I thought, because my hobby's just as crazy as that hobby. You know. And so I went off, left her alone, was like, alright. The more I got to thinking about it, I did some research on diamond painting, and the more I got to thinking about it, I was like, you know, there's got to be something to it. Why are so many people doing this? There's got to be something to it. So I actually bought my first diamond painting at Hobby Lobby. It was a partial. I didn't realize what a partial was, and it was a round. And it took me probably 2 hours to complete. And I was stinking hooked. Something about picking up this little bitty drill and sticking it to this little sticky piece of tape on this image and watching it come to life is just relaxing. I don't know what it is about it. It's not the same as scrapbooking. I think it's because I don't have to worry about the design. I don't have to think about the design. The design is already here. I just have to follow the instructions. So if I feel like I need to keep my hands busy, but my brain is tired, I will almost always reach for my diamond painting. Next is C. I need to put these in alphabetical order. I'm not doing so good on that. So, needless to say, I kind of want to take, you know, next time that particular scrapbooking company comes to town and does a retreat, I kind of want to take my diamond painting and see if I can make somebody think that I'm crazy, have them think about it for a month or two, and the next thing you know, they fall down the rabbit hole and find something they enjoy. Because she just really opened up a new joy for me. I didn't realize how much I was really going to enjoy it. And had I never seen her at the, or never met her or at anything at this scrapbooking retreat, I would know nothing about diamond painting. I wouldn't have even known to look for it. So, hats off to her. I have no idea who she is. I have forgotten her name. But I think about her every time I diamond paint, and it brings me joy. What are you squeaking for over there? I'm just finishing up the C's real fast. There's a bunch of them. Not enough to do color blocking, so I could show you. Well, actually, this isn't a good angle to show you checkerboard anyway, because I'm not zoomed in. You can kind of see that I'm placing drills, but you really can't see what I'm doing, and for that I apologize. But to do a live, I have to do it this way. So, if I film it, I can zoom in. because I can use my other camera. So next, let's do 2. Alright guys, pardon me for one moment. I'm going to go around the corner and turn the heat on. I'm a little chilly, so I'll be right back. Also going to dig out my slippers. It's 47. No wonder I'm cold. It's 47 degrees outside. Feels like 41. No wonder I feel like I need to put my slippers on. Okay. Of course, I'm also wearing short sleeves and capri jammy bottoms. No big deal. I'm dressed for cold. No problem. While I was working, I got hot, so I cranked down the heat down to 69. So it wouldn't turn on while I was working. But now that I'm being still, I think I can turn it back on. Okay, so let's do, I see one little lonely H over there. We can get that one done. I turned the heat on. Just calm down for a minute. The cat just shivered, guys. The cat just shivered. Okay, so let's do E next. Capital E, not lowercase e, capital E. Okay, so the next one I'm going to do is B as in boy, and it's going to be the capital B. Come on. So now let's do X. There it is. There's one X. The next one that has just one is the little dot. Oh, I've got an itch. So let's do V. There are two V's. See, now we're getting into the confetti. A. We've got a few of those out. Any more of those? Nope. Okay, the next one screaming at me is L. And then 7, and then the percentage sign, and then I think we're done with this square. Okay, the next one is percentage. And there's quite a few of that one. This canvas feels weird because not only am I accidentally starting at the bottom, but I'm working sideways, and I'm not used to doing that. I'm used to working at the top and going vertically across the canvas. So watching the image come out and get completed on this one might be a little strange. Just looking for drills that aren't seated properly. Not necessarily, oops, I've turned off my light. It's not necessarily at this point that they pop. It may just be that I didn't seat it very well. There we go. That one just needed some room. Okay. I'm going to roll it real fast. Make sure that everything is adhered down as best as I can get it. Alrighty. And I think we're going to call it, good for today, because if I start this other square, I will not have time to finish it because I'll have to stop and do, I was about to say I'm going to have to stop and do laundry, but no, I have to stop and do dinner. So I'm not going to start this square at the moment. Thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate it. I know that you have 112 different channels that you could be choosing, and I'm very, very thankful that you choose to spend just a portion of your day with me. Until next time, guys. Bye.